Morning, folks. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. My guest today is Dan Thomas. We are going to talk all about making sure that your house is safe, warm, cool, whatever you need as the years pass by. I mean, there's always something, maybe some maintenance folks need to do on their homes.
Always. Yeah, there's always something to be done on a home, even if it's new. There's always something that needs touched up or fixed up or finished up or whatever. So
that's exactly right. Dan and I are going to talk about that. Dan is with, of course, Dan's Electric. He owns three of those, right, over there in Noble.
Dan's Electric Shop in Noble and Dan's Electric in Fairfield and Flora.
Fairfield and Flora. We'll get to all that stuff here in just a little bit. But before we do that, let's take a look at some community events. Again, thanks again for tuning in today here on Wabash Catch TV. Over in Salem on Channel 3, here in Flora, Channel 100 or Channel 25, depending. And then also, same chance, depending on whether you have fiber or not. Same thing up in Louisville, over in Browns and West Salem, down in Jeff, Sisney, all over the place. We do appreciate you tuning in, however you are doing so. Also, maybe on YouTube. Appreciate that, too. What is going on today? This is Tuesday, April 16th. Some community events to tell you about today at 10 o'clock this morning over there at the Flora Rehabilitation and Healthcare Center. Mary Kenley is going to be playing piano this morning at 10 o'clock. She'll probably play about an hour or so. Does a great job. If you're looking for something maybe a little bit more involved, go to the Flora Gardens, the nursing home over there by NMN at 10 o'clock this morning. They're going to have karaoke music with Sherry, so that'll be a lot of fun. And again, that's at 10 o'clock. 1:30 today here in Flora, it's community bingo at Heritage Woods. Of course, we had the Heritage Woods folks on last week, and they were talking about all the wide variety of things they have going on as it's Supportive Living Week coming up at Heritage Woods. Again, community bingo at 1:30 over there. Here tonight in Flora, the high school is going to have a big old spring band concert, and that'll be at in the Harry Penry Auditorium, and that's at 7:30 tonight. You don't want to miss that. That'll be a good time. Also down in Fairfield today, Fairfield Memorial Hospital, they're hosting a blood drive for the public today, all day long, starting about 10 o'clock this morning, and it'll go till 3 o'clock. The blood drive will be at the Fairfield Memorial Hospital's Education Annex building. That's the big new one, and they have all kinds of classrooms and stuff in there, but it's there on the far east side of the hospital down there in Fairfield. If you want more information, give them a call. Give Shauna Williams a call at 618-847-8242, or you can always go online at redcrossblood.org, and they'll let you sign up to make a donation. I will ask my guest, and I have not asked him yet, do you donate blood?
I do not. I used to, but I am not allowed to do that anymore.
Well, that's fine too. So you've given your share, haven't you?
I have.
That's exact. Well, he's a former military guy, so they usually, you guys, that was. It wasn't required, but it was probably recommended heavily, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah, we try to always help our other brothers and sisters in there. So yeah, it's always nice to give blood and do what we can.
That's exactly right. What else is going on today? Well, it is April 16th. This is National Eggs Benedict Day. Are you a big Eggs Benedict fan? Do you eat Eggs Benedict?
No, I don't eat Eggs Benedict.
You know what they are?
Not really, but I don't. I have heard of them, and I think I've even tried them, but it's been a while.
It's got hollandaise sauce. It's very rich.
Yeah,
it's hollandaise sauce on top of hollandaise sauce on top of a poached egg, which is on top of an English muffin, which has a little bit of has a nice little piece of Canadian bacon in there. Yum. I see I'm a big Eggs Benedict fan. I like Eggs Benedict. I will hopefully celebrate National Eggs Benedict Day today. In 1894, a stockbroker named Lemuel Benedict apparently ordered buttered toast, poached eggs, crisp bacon, and a side of hollandaise at the Waldorf Hotel, and that is apparently where Eggs Benedict came from. How about that? This also being the day after Tax Day. This is everybody hopefully paid their taxes yesterday or sent a check or finally did your taxes. But this being April 16th, it's National Wear Your Pajamas to Work Day. Have you ever worn your pajamas to work?
No, I can't say that I've ever worn my pajamas to work.
I can't imagine. As an electrician, I can't imagine that really being comfortable wear for.
No,
work.
I don't see me crawling under somebody's house or anything in my pajamas. So yeah, that's not going to happen.
Not a good idea anyway. But that is due to today being the day after the tax day. It is wear your pajamas to work day. I'm not going to be. I'm not wearing. These are not my pajamas, as some people wonder. Some people do call it the best holiday of the year. This day was created as a fun holiday. It's to celebrate and unwind after the long hours and hard work. Now, actually, the guy who does my taxes, Dan, the guy who does my taxes does it out of his home anyway.
Sure.
So he can wear his pajamas to work anyway.
He can do what he wants, can't he?
That's exactly right. This is a National Pajamas to Work Day. What is on television? Say you're wanting to watch what's on Wabash today. Well, this being Tuesday the 16th, usually Tuesdays and Thursdays are set aside for high school baseball. We have one tonight. It's a good one. The Waltonville Spartans will be in Sisney to take on the Sisney Running Lions, and that'll be right here at 4:30 this afternoon. That's on this same channel, Channel 3, Channel 25, or Channel 100. Also YouTube. Go to the Wabash Catch TV channel. You'll be able to find out anything you like there. The Waltonville Spartans and Sisney Running Lions. They are, of course, it's a conference game, Midland Trails conference game. If you're looking for if you want for some hockey, Game 4s start tonight in the NHL. They have 4 Game 4s going on tonight. The Tampa Bay Lightning against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Columbus is up 3-0 on the President's Cup trophy winning Tampa Bay Lightning. That's at 6 o'clock on CNBC. That's channel 618. And that'll be followed by the Blues. The Blues are taking on the Winnipeg Jets. Blues gave one back on Sunday night. They lead that series 2-1. That's at 8:30 again on CNBC. A doubleheader as well on the NBC Sports Network at 6:30. The New York Islanders, who are up 3-0 on Pittsburgh, that'll be at 6:30. That'll be followed by the San Jose Sharks fighting for their lives against the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas leads that series 2-1. Looking for more NBA action rather than on the ice? The Indiana Pacers will be in Boston tonight. Doubleheader on TNT. First game at 6 o'clock. That's channel 633. Pacers and Celtics. Celtics lead 1-0. It's game 2 there. And the Utah Jazz, who also trail the Houston Rockets 1-0. That'll be at 8:30 on TNT. How about baseball? Looking for baseball tonight, some good baseball action. Chicago Cubs will be at it this evening in Miami. They are taking on the Miami Marlins. Jose Quintana on the mound for the Cubs. Pablo Lopez taking the mound for Miami. And the St. Louis Cardinals continue their series in Milwaukee tonight. 6:40 p.m., Jack Flaherty on the mound for the Cardinals. He's going to go against Brandon Woodruff for the Brewers. Plenty of action, plenty of stuff to see here tonight on Wabash Catch TV. My guest today, it is Dan Thomas. We are going to make sure that you stay comfortable in the summertime as well as comfy in the winter. And you are watching us here on Wabash Catch TV. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We'll be back right after these. Do please stick around.
Welcome to Clay County Hospital. Clay County Hospital and Clinics offer the best in services and care in the area with a staff that strives to provide the very best in patient-centered care. We offer full hospital services including radiology, therapy, surgery, labs, and emergency services. Our clinics located in Flora, Louisville, and Clay City allow us to reach out to Clay County residents so that you never have to go far from home for your healthcare needs. In addition to our regular provider staff, we also offer affiliated specialty provider services at our Flora clinic. Finally, have a minor injury or illness but don't want to wait for an appointment? Our walk-in, no-appointment clinic hours in Flora are Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., and Saturday from 8 a.m. until noon. Make Clay County Hospital your #1 choice for healthcare, convenient and close to home.
Clay County Hospital, your #1 choice in healthcare.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust. Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Your call is very important to us. Please hold. Your call will be answered in the order it was received.
Tired of paying a big faceless company for your local telephone service in Flora? Now you can easily switch your 662 telephone number to Wabash Communications in Flora. That's right, Wabash can now provide local phone service to the Flora area, and yes, you can keep your 662 telephone number. It's available to both business and residential customers. Call us today at 662-3636. Wabash, your local telecommunications provider.
Looking to build a new hobby building, horse barn, or farm shop? Let Morton Buildings help you design and construct a building that perfectly suits your needs. We'll be there for you every step of the way, even post-construction, with the strongest non-prorated warranty in the industry. Plus, Morton's exclusive Energy Performer insulation system provides the ultimate in comfort and efficiency. To see our latest projects and learn more, please visit mortonbuildings.com.
Morning, folks. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. My guest today, it's Dan Thomas of Dan's Electro Electric here in Flora and down in Fairfield, and Dan's Electric over in Noble. And we're going to be talking about a wide variety of subjects. But as we get going, let's introduce folks to you who don't know you, Dan. When the first time you meet somebody, what do you tell them about yourself?
I just tell them my name's Dan Thomas. I own Dan's Electro Electric, and I'm just here to take care of whatever needs they have come up.
What we're going to talk about today, we're going to tell you how you might want to keep your heating and cooling in order, as well as maybe give you some tips about your electrical, because there are the occasional problems that can come up. Give us the Dan Thomas biography. What made you want to become an electrician?
Well, a long time ago, when I was a young kid, I was laying in my bed, sleeping, of course. You know, it was
minding your own business.
Early morning.
How young a kid?
Oh, I think I was probably 8, maybe 9.
Oh, see, now this is pretty early. Usually, folks don't consider what they're going to do with their lives at 8 and 9.
When you're laying in your bed and your mattress catches on fire from a loose outlet above your headboard, by your headboard there, and it sparked out, caught my pillow on fire, and burned up around my arms and my head and all that, but never touched me for some reason. It kind of sparked and ignited. It lit me up.
It just sparked out, just out of nowhere.
Sparked out, caught my bed on fire, my pillow on fire. Ran in there and told Mom and Dad, hey, my bed's on fire.
Yeah.
First thing they said, where's your brother?
Where was your brother?
He was in the bunk bed right above me. So
he says, thanks, Dad.
Yeah. So, done what I could there, you know.
Yeah.
So, but they managed to get it put out. Didn't do too much damage or anything. But yeah, ever since then, I, just was leery about electrical, and it just kind of got me thinking more and more. So by 8th grade, I knew I wanted to do my own thing, run my own business, and here I am.
Well, and you figure that was a. Well, all right. So did you dig in and were you sitting there and did you watch whoever fixed your plug-in?
Dad fixed it. So
you saw how he was doing it?
Done it. Yep, he done it, and everything went back to normal. And there was another older electrician or two over at Clay City, and I kind of watched them when we had a new shed built and stuff, and I thought that's pretty interesting. So I was always taking stuff apart and could never get it put back together back then. But being that young, it didn't matter because mostly what I was taking it apart was broke anyway. So.
Well, yeah, it's already messed up, right?
That's it.
Okay, so you're 8 years old, and then you're in 8th grade. Later on, you figure out that's what you want to do. I gotta come clean. I am one of those awful people who will occasionally see how bad a shock will be. Mm-hmm. You don't do that, do you?
No, not anymore.
Did you ever used to do that?
No. Yeah. Not my idea of fun. Going out just see how bad I can get shocked,
Well, I'm the idiot. Tell me, all right. Let me tell you what I've done here, or what? Not me. It's hypothetical guy might occasionally do. All right, you probably won't, but I'll test a 9-volt battery with my tongue.
I have only once.
That's not a good idea.
Not every day.
Okay, how about well, now see, I have accidentally, and I don't think I've been shocked by a plug-in, and you do that from time to time accidentally.
Accidentally, yep. You have it turned off, or somebody's house is wired wrong, and of course you're always supposed to check it. Safety first. Use your meter out, and always make sure it's off. And you'll check it. You'll do standard practices, and some reason there might still be some power there, and you'll find it. Or it finds you, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the thing. It's always on the lookout for you.
It's finding you. That's right. And you can't see it coming, so sure know when it's there.
All right, let me give you one more then. I have we used to have, hypothetical guy. Let's call it a hypothetical guy. You used to have a potbelly pig.
Ah.
And potbelly pigs, they occasionally are are occasionally not, they don't mind.
Okay.
They don't mind. So, people use shock collars for dogs.
Oh, yeah.
So we got a shock collar, pretty powerful shock collar for this potbelly pig. I kind of wanted to know how bad the shock was for the pig. Mm-hmm. Well, hypothetical guy wanted to know. I'll never do that again.
No.
Those shock collars, that's a pretty hard hit.
Yeah, they can be. Yeah, they can be. And it all depends on your resistance level. So different animals, different resistance levels. So that also determines how much you get.
We seen it. It's pig skin. So I mean, it was
almost like human skin.
Well, but a lot thicker.
A lot thicker, more leathery, of course. Yeah.
A lot thicker. So anyway, that's the last time I'm doing that. But I did end up with red eyes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's a pretty good shock, isn't it?
I guess it would be. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It don't take much of a shock to actually hurt you, anyways.
How much does it take?
Like 0.01 milliamps.
I really want to.
It's tiny.
I need to know that, since I apparently am the idiot who keeps shocking myself.
Yeah, depends on, like I said, depends on how you're at, where you're at, whether you're wet or you're dry or whatever. So it really just takes varying degrees. But people think, I get shocked less on 120 than I do on 240 or 480, but really,
that's not really what it is.
It's not the truth. Yeah, it's the number of amps that's going to be traveling. So is what's really hurt you.
be careful around electronics. That's
electricity, electronics is just.
I suspect since you're an electrician, you see when you see lightning come up. Mm-hmm. What is your initial thought? Just take shelter.
Take shelter. Get somewhere where you're not going to get electrocuted. Get safe. And then my next thought is, it might get busy.
I used to be in the building materials business, and we'd see the wind kick up, and see hailstorms. Oh, don't hit my car, but hit everyone around me.
Yeah, that's right. We start making sure we got our emergency equipment in place and everything's ready to go. If we know we got big storms coming, that kind of thing. So
do you
really think that?
And now, do you get called out? Does your crew get called out for much emergency services still?
We do. We get quite a few calls, especially during, like you said, the winds times and things like that. Tree limbs down, lands on somebody's service, whatever. Electrical wise, you get a lot of storm surges from power lines whipping around, things like that. So, there's always something, that can cause fluctuations, loose connections and that kind of thing from the wind.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the key to the point is, I don't talk to electricians often enough, and I probably need to be a little bit more careful with electronics.
Yeah, there's a lot, especially with, like you said, more and more electronic stuff you have, the more sensitive your homes are. So,
We're going to talk about all that and much, much more. We're going to talk about making sure that your air conditioner is running correctly, make sure your heater's running correctly, and what you need to do for that. My name is Bruce Dickey. That's Dan Thomas. You are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. Dan and I will be back right after this. Do stick around.
Looking to build a new hobby building, horse barn, or farm shop? Let Morton Buildings help you design and construct a building that perfectly suits your needs. We'll be there for you every step of the way, even post-construction, with the strongest non-prorated warranty in the industry. Plus, Morton's exclusive Energy Performer insulation system provides the ultimate in comfort and efficiency. To see our latest projects and learn more, please visit mortonbuildings.com.
It's my choice. It's my choice. It's my choice.
So many of our county residents have treatment or surgeries done at larger hospitals. What they don't always realize is that they have a choice to select where they can have physical therapy or any number of post-operative treatments and follow-ups. Clay County Hospital is your choice. Talk with your specialist, surgeon, or primary care provider and let them know that you want to stay close to family, friends, and most importantly, home.
Clay County Hospital, your #1 choice in healthcare.
Raise your hand if you need more internet speed. Don't settle for yesterday's internet speed when you have a home full of today's devices. Wabash makes it easy to get your hands on an amazing upgrade. Learn more about getting faster internet from your local internet provider, Wabash. Call 662-3636 or visit our website at wabash.net to grab this deal. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are or a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show, that's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching. Morning, folks. Welcome back to a Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. My guest today is Dan Thomas, and he is the owner-operator of Dan's Electro, both here in Flora as well as down in Fairfield. And, okay, showing people the guts of the show. Here's how this kind of thing works. I've got this earpiece, right? And I've got this little device so that we don't get an echo in the room with our microphones, right? It's TV jargon. I don't want to confuse you with TV jargon. But anyway, so this thing runs out of batteries from time to time, and Dan, God bless him, he was sitting here watching me replace my batteries during that commercial break right there. The helpful tip. Give me the helpful tip there,
Well,
Dan.
if you look at a battery, you got a point that sticks out on one end. That's the positive end of the battery.
Let's zoom in so folks will get a idea.
You got the positive end of the battery.
Okay.
And then you got the flat end, that's the negative end of the battery.
All right, the flat end and the...
Now, most people have to always look and see which way that battery goes in. Now, the point always goes to the positive. The flat end always goes to the spring, so you always know which end is which.
See, now tell me that again, because that does make a ton of sense after.
The point starts with a P,
right?
And the positive starts with a P, so that way you can tell which one is point and which one isn't, right? That's the positive end. The flat end always goes to the spring, so if you're in the dark, you can feel the battery for the point, you can feel the item that goes in for the spring, and know the point goes away from the spring and stick them together. And then you can turn your flashlight on in the dark.
Ladies and gentlemen, common sense electrical advice. All right, was that like the first thing you learned when you were 8 years old and you wanted to be an electrician, or at what point did you learn
I don't know. That just kind of came to me. I don't know. Common sense, I guess. I just kind of.
Well, it does make sense.
It just kind of happened.
But I got to tell you, Dan, I've been replacing batteries, and I've already told you, testing batteries for years and years and years, and I've never done that. Never really thought about where the point is on the battery.
Well, when you're in a service and you're in a lot of dark spaces down in the Navy, in the bilge and the bottom of the ship or whatnot, you don't have enough light sometimes, so you're looking for all kinds of ways to figure out how things went together. So.
Yeah, just so you only have to do it one time.
Or if you're under somebody's house or in an attic and your flashlight goes out, you need to figure out if you can put batteries in or not.
There's a good thing. Here's a good question. Do you always carry an extra set of batteries for your flashlight on you?
Not usually, but you always wish you did.
I'll bet that's right.
With the invention of cell phones, you always have a backup light though anymore.
Well, okay, that makes sense. So you do have an extra light.
That's it.
You do have an extra light with you. Okay, this is springtime. We are about a month into spring right now, and folks are probably. I haven't run my air conditioner yet, but the folks are going to start kicking on their air conditioners.
There's been a few.
What kind of things do your homeowners need to keep in mind as they're kicking on their air conditioners right now?
Well, really, the first thing they probably should think about is, did it work right last year?
Okay.
Most people get to the end of the season and are like, man, I hope that makes me one more month, or I hope that gets me next week, or whatever. They know the motor's been making noise, or they should have washed the coil out, or anything like that. But they really need to make sure that they remember what happened last year, so when they go to turn it on, they know what to expect.
Okay, now that was 6 months ago, though. How am I supposed to? I've slept since then. What am I supposed to do here?
Well, really, the good thing is, you should actually call one of us and let us come out and take a look at it. We'll do a spring tune on it, make sure everything's working correctly.
We're back on that one.
Back doing everything we're supposed to be doing. So, whatever. Yeah, we'll come out and clean it up properly. Most people hose out their own units, but we have the special chemical that foams everything out and pulls the dirt out of the coil instead of pushing it deeper in with a water hose.
Well, you see, that's the thing. That's the thing, Dan, that I do. I mean, I know that I'm supposed to spray out my heater slash air conditioner.
Right.
And yeah, I do that, but yeah, I'm just spraying it.
You're just spraying it. Now, you really got to make sure you get down inside the coils, and if you're not pushing that water all the way through that coil, then it's not cleaning it. It's just shoving the dirt deeper. So you still have a restriction.
And when you're telling me the coils, tell me what are you talking about? The things that are the vertical, like that go straight up and down.
The verticals that go straight up and down outside. Yeah. So yeah, you really got to be careful because they're pretty flimsy. Actually, they're pretty sensitive. So if you fold those over, no air is going to get through them either. So you really need to be careful. Can't blow water at them sideways, kind of thing. You got to go straight at them. Sure. Yeah, most people end up, if they got like a high pressure washer or something, get out, they'll fold them right over, and then they won't have any airflow, and they'll have to call us anyway because it'll be kicking out.
Well, you see now, and granted, somebody can probably, that's a replaceable thing, but that's probably a little pricey to replace, right?
That is, yeah. You have to either take it all apart and clean the fins out on it, comb them out, we call it, or you would have to change your whole unit. Yeah.
Oh.
Anything, there's other ways, but mostly that's the two methods.
Okay, all right. Say that my device is working. But you said that there's also spring tune-up. You'll do spring tune-ups. Are you? I guess you have to be licensed to dig in there and check for Freon nowadays.
You do have to have a Freon certification. Yeah, you're not just any homeowner can do that. There's quite a few trades that actually have a certification that they require, but this is one of them.
Have you had any homeowners who do try to get in and do their own Freon work?
We do. They try.
Is that when you get a phone call?
Some are successful, but usually we get a phone call. Something's up after that. So they weren't sure where they were going, but they know when they got there.
That's the thing. It's a pretty quick check, isn't it, to see whether you need a Freon charge?
It is. Usually we don't even have to put our gauges on it to verify your unit is working correctly, as long as we're getting all the other temperature requirements that are needed. We can check it through all kinds of means, but if it does require putting the gauges on it, we definitely can tell in a hurry what it's doing.
Is it all right now? It's nobody's turned. At least I haven't turned my air conditioning. A lot of folks haven't turned their air conditioning on as yet. Is it best to do this? These testings while you're not needing the air conditioner, or does it really matter?
Actually, it should be fairly warm outside, so you can actually get a good temperature range when you're testing them. It should be above 70 degrees usually when you're starting your units.
I see.
Now, if you're doing a geothermal air conditioning start, since they're not using outside air, the ground's always the same temperature. So we can start them a little earlier in the spring to help us get past our rush of customers that want things done.
Really? Okay. Now tell me about the geothermal unit. How long have you been putting those in?
Geothermal, we've been installing those ever since, early 90s, I'd say.
No kidding.
Yeah, geothermal technology's been around for a long time.
I'm surprised that the technology has been around that long.
Yeah, it's actually been around a lot longer than that, but that's when it became popular, especially in homeowners' houses.
Well, when a manufacturer started probably building furnaces that would work for that.
Sure, yeah, and we've used geothermal for other sources other than heating and air for a long time, in the world. So, yeah, that's.
Well, yeah, they use caves to keep their beer cold.
That's exactly right. It's the same principle. Well, that's why
it really is the same principle.
That's why cavemen lived in the caves, right?
Well, no, I don't know if I'm going to entirely buy that, Dan. But that's probably a pretty good reason why they lived in caves. I'll tell you what, let's do. We're going to talk. We've been talking about the air conditioning. We're going to talk about how to most efficiently let your air conditioner run, as well as maybe talk a little bit about heating and stuff. We are talking here with Dan Thomas from Dan's Electro Electric right here on Wabash Catch TV. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We'll be back right after these. Do please stick around.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
Looking to build a new hobby building, horse barn, or farm shop? Let Morton Buildings help you design and construct a building that perfectly suits your needs. We'll be there for you every step of the way, even post-construction, with the strongest non-prorated warranty in the industry. Plus, Morton's exclusive Energy Performer insulation system provides the ultimate in comfort and efficiency. To see our latest projects and learn more, please visit mortonbuildings.com.
Welcome to Clay County Hospital. Clay County Hospital and Clinics offer the best in services and care in the area with a staff that strives to provide the very best in patient-centered care. We offer full hospital services including radiology, therapy, surgery, labs, and emergency services. Our clinics located in Flora, Louisville, and Clay City allow us to reach out to Clay County residents so that you never have to go far from home for your healthcare needs. In addition to our regular provider staff, we also offer affiliated specialty provider services at our Flora clinic. Finally, have a minor injury or illness but don't want to wait for an appointment? Our walk-in, no-appointment clinic hours in Flora are Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., and Saturday from 8 a.m. until noon. Make Clay County Hospital your #1 choice for healthcare, convenient and close to home.
Clay County Hospital, your #1 choice in healthcare.
Your call is very important to us. Please hold. Your call will be answered in the order it was received.
Tired of paying a big faceless company for your local telephone service in Flora? Now you can easily switch your 662 telephone number to Wabash Communications in Flora. That's right, Wabash can now provide local phone service to the Flora area, and yes, you can keep your 662 telephone number. It's available to both business and residential customers. Call us today at 662-3636. Wabash, your local telecommunications provider.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Welcome back, folks. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. My guest, it's Dan Thomas. It's from Dan's Electric here in Flora, as well as down in Fairfield and over in Noble. Dan's Electric over in Noble. Okay, Dan. All right, we've got we're doing the spring thing, right?
We are.
What are the warning signs that I might need to start thinking about? Oh, it's on its last legs.
You'll usually hear a squeak or a moan, or it'll smoke maybe if you
chunky.
Something will quit, yeah, or you start getting hot. You know?
Yeah.
That's basically on an air conditioner. You're gonna notice something's not working, and then we need to figure out which part of it's not working. So.
Do you ever hear, I guess when the condenser goes out, that's when it's a done deal, right?
When the condenser goes out, the compressor quits. There's all kinds of things. But, yeah, usually if your compressor won't start, then, if it's not a simple fix, it's a dead unit usually.
In this area, is whenever one needs to replace a furnace air conditioning unit, what do you run into more often? Are you running into air conditioning problems involved, or a furnace issue?
Really, it's kind of it varies. In furnace season, of course, you're going to run into a furnace problem, and in air conditioning season, you're going to run into an air conditioning problem for the most part.
Yeah.
Because usually in air conditioning season, your most important part is the AC unit outside.
Sure.
Or we call the condenser.
Yeah.
And the only thing that runs inside is maybe a little bit of the programming on the control board or the fan motor.
Okay.
So on the furnace side, you don't use any of the outdoor units.
You're inside in the furnace.
Yeah, it's all on the furnace. So your furnace is going to dictate whether it's good or bad. So you could have a bad heat exchanger or just longevity. A lot of people change them due to time limits.
Really?
Yeah. Furnace nowadays, lasts anywhere from 15 to 20 years.
That's what that was going to be my next question. I mean, I replaced a furnace in my home about 5 or 6 years ago. and well, the furnace and air conditioner unit, the whole kit and caboodle. and whenever I did it, I had talked to my plumber down there about when do I need to start thinking about this, and this was the compressor going out. When the compressor goes out, you're done. But the unit that I had was like 30, 35, 40 years old.
Right.
Because back when they were built in the 1970s or 1960s or early 80s, were they built to last longer, or is it, or am I just thinking that incorrectly?
Different manufacturing methods.
Really,
the way the compressor was built and the way things were made just lended itself to more longevity, but they didn't have near the EPA certifications that they have now.
Yeah, no,
so
that's
that
true.
makes things change.
Yeah.
Now we can build stuff just the same and it would last the same length, but the standards are improved, so you don't have the same problems, so you had to build stuff a different way to match that.
Well, we could build it the way that it's going to last forever and ever, like we did in the 1970s. However, my utility bill might end up
would
being
reflect the same as it did in the 70s, but it would be a lot higher
because gas costs more.
Correct.
These days.
Exactly. So, with all the increased efficiencies and all the good stuff that we want to save money and save time and save the environment, that's just what happens,
How about that? Okay. I got to ask, you've been doing this for 25 years. What's the longest lasting, the oldest furnace in good use that you've seen? Do you know?
Oh, there's some been out there. We're still taking them out. That's probably 30-plus years old.
Yeah, I think mine was over 30 years old.
So there's still some out there, that were put in when I graduated high school, probably.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty. How about what's the shortest term you've ever had one last? And I guess if there's a manufacturing defect or something, they take care of that. But
Sure. I mean, you can put some in, and you might have one go bad from a lightning strike or anything like that. So 6 months maybe, but that's not a standard item,
Well, no.
We don't sell that one on the shelf.
Here's our 6 month. Here's our 6 month item. Here's our 20-year item. If you're really wanting cold for a short period of time, yeah. Okay, so all right, so we've got the spring. We've got the spring cleaning done. We've already sprayed it and all that kind of stuff. You've come out. You've put the foam in. Which how long's all right now? If I need you to come out and do this, if you're going to come out and do this, what kind of time frame are we talking about? Something like this.
To do it, usually it needs to be warm outside. Yeah, but it usually only takes us about an hour. Yeah, about an hour. And if you have a more dirty unit or it's dirtier, we can come out and it'll take a little longer, but we'll make sure we do it right no matter what it takes.
Well, that's exactly right. All right, now so we've done it in spring. I may or may not have you back here in fall. If what are we going to do for heating season? What do we have to keep in mind? In my mind, actually, I think we're probably it's probably a little bit more vital that we have a checkup for heating season as opposed to cooling season. Or am I wrong in that?
Well, it depends on how you're made up, I guess. Some people get hot faster than they get cold. Some people can take the cold longer.
I meant for safety
reasons. As far as safety, yeah, probably just the heating would be your safer version because you really need to check that heat exchanger. You need to make sure it's not got any holes in it so you're not getting carbon monoxide in your houses. Make sure your flues are in good shape. You need to make sure your burners are burning correctly because, you got that LP or natural gas coming in. You need to make sure it's all lighting and burning correctly and efficiently. So.
Well, in half the battle in making sure it's lighting and burning correctly is the electrician part. At what point do folks mainly redo their electrical in their homes?
Knowing from the past, they wait as long as they can.
Yeah.
Really, your home
what do you run into?
We run into everything from knob and tube still, all the way.
Knob and tube. What is knob and tube?
Knob and tube is when they used to run 2 single wires over your house, all around an insulator, run it into your attic, and then tie on right there to your single drops that went down.
Yeah.
And they still ran 2 wires down the wall, went to the next one, ran 2 wires down the wall. And it's the old, most unsafe method nowadays there is.
How long ago was that?
Oh, back in when they first started running electricity.
Early
around here,
1900s.
so early 1900s, yeah. So
You'll still find that.
we still find that.
How is that house not burned down yet?
Well, it's still on the homeowner's checks whenever you go to buy a house or anything. It's still look
is
for
that
an
right?
tube or look for fuse boxes. Look for that old cloth wire that's all spliced in the attic and not in but junction boxes and that kind of thing. So yeah, we do a lot of rewires for that kind of stuff.
Oh my, that's that's one that you can kind of see folks having an issue with at that time.
Exactly, yeah, and we get a lot of that when we notice it is when they're buying or selling a house. Somebody wants to buy it and they have it inspected, or somebody's selling it and it has to be inspected. So that's when we see a lot of the transitions made from the old to the new.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Or if somebody's just needing redone because they're having issues.
They're having issues. They don't have enough. Say they don't have, like you said, might not have enough power outlets in their room.
Right, or most time people don't even know what they have.
Well, no, that's true.
So then we come in and we start working on an outlet and we're like, you guys have this kind of wiring, you really need to do something. We're not saying it for our health, we're just trying to help the homeowner understand what their system is.
And when you're telling the homeowner you might want to do something, you're not really telling them your business is good.
Oh, sure.
You're not really telling them to get more business.
Exactly. We're telling them from a safety standpoint.
Yeah, that's
from their welfare. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Take it from the guy who nearly burned up in his bed when he was 9 years old.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, we can laugh about it now, can't we?
That's right. That makes a lasting impression, though. Not just in my pillow.
No, well, yeah, not just on the mattress either. Yeah, that's exactly right. Hey, you're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. This is Dan Thomas. We're talking about Dan's Electro, and we'll be right back here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right after these words. Do stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Welcome to Clay County Hospital. Clay County Hospital and Clinics offer the best in services and care in the area with a staff that strives to provide the very best in patient-centered care. We offer full hospital services including radiology, therapy, surgery, labs, and emergency services. Our clinics located in Flora, Louisville, and Clay City allow us to reach out to Clay County residents so that you never have to go far from home for your healthcare needs. In addition to our regular provider staff, we also offer affiliated specialty provider services at our Flora clinic. Finally, have a minor injury or illness but don't want to wait for an appointment? Our walk-in, no-appointment clinic hours in Flora are Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., and Saturday from 8 a.m. until noon. Make Clay County Hospital your #1 choice for healthcare, convenient and close to home.
Clay County Hospital, your #1 choice in healthcare.
Your call is very important to us. Please hold. Your call will be answered in the order it was received.
Tired of paying a big faceless company for your local telephone service in Flora? Now you can easily switch your 662 telephone number to Wabash Communications in Flora. That's right, Wabash can now provide local phone service to the Flora area, and yes, you can keep your 662 telephone number. It's available to both business and residential customers. Call us today at 662-3636. Wabash, your local telecommunications provider. At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple, to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
The difference between a good building and a great building is craftsmanship. It's about taking pride in the finished product. It's about being a professional. Unlike other construction companies, you work with Morton Buildings craftsmen from conception to completion. From the plant employees who roll the steel to the company driver who delivers the materials to the construction crews, every one of them are Morton employee owners who take pride in exceeding your expectations. Discover the Morton difference today at mortonbuildings.com.
Morning, folks. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. My guest today is Dan Thomas. He's from Dan's Electro Electric over in here in Flora, down in Fairfield, and over in Noble. And we're talking about a wide variety of subjects. Dan, now, you mentioned a little bit earlier the geothermal systems.
Correct.
How does that work? What's the and how is it? It ends up it's kind of a higher price to get started, but then it's less over the years, right?
Absolutely, it's the most efficient system in the market today for heating and air conditioning.
Really?
Yeah, it'll save you about 300% on your heating and air conditioning bills.
No kidding.
From an older conventional system.
How so? How does it do that?
It uses the temperature of the earth,
okay,
which brings it in through a water medium. Through piping into your house.
55 degrees?
More like 56, so 55 to 58, depends on where you're at.
Okay.
So it's somewhere in the 50s, and it brings it into your house and then runs it through the refrigeration process.
How deep do you drill on those things?
That also depends on the type of ground, but usually it's around 150 to 200 feet.
Oh, really?
Yep. Yep.
So, all right. So, if I'm considering putting this into this is probably more normally rather than conversions used on new construction, I presume, right?
We can do retrofits. We can do anything. They make that unit that sets outside if you don't have room for it in your house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you can use a standard conventional blower inside or a furnace to tie the geo onto it. Instead of having an air conditioner outside, you'll have a geothermal unit. And that'll look like an air conditioner, same size, same shape, everything. And then it'll just bring that piping right into your furnace just like your air conditioner does.
Wow. So and there are certain advantages other than the 300% less per
right. There is tax credits.
Tax credits?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as you qualify, you can get up to 30% of your installation and all.
I didn't know if that was still in existence with the new.
They brought it back in January, so that really does help the homeowner bring that cost down to what a high-end conventional system would be to install.
How much more trouble is it?
Actually, it's not much trouble at all to have one of them systems compared to any other system. So
really,
yeah. And if you do the vertical loops, it's not intrusive in your yard. Once you get over the initial drill in the loops, which you can tightly pack together. Most people think geothermal and they see the big loops out across your yard back and forth. And they go out there 300 feet or whatever, and they eat up your whole yard.
Yeah.
If you got the space, that's fine. If you don't, you can vertically drill those right down beside themselves.
Depending how deep the crust is.
Yeah. Well, and they'll put the top of the loop at 6 feet, so you can still do whatever you want over the top of them as long as you don't build a building over them or something so you can get to them later. I mean, that's definitely still, you could do that, but you probably shouldn't.
All right. Now, on a typical installation, I told you that I redid my I redid about 6 or 7 years ago. Redid the heating and cooling furnace. It was about a $10,000 about a $10,000 deal. What am I looking at if I'm considering if I would want to think about the geothermal?
Price wise, it's all relative, of course, and it's based on the tonnage. That's what we call it when we're sizing our units, how many ton of cooling or heating you need.
Okay.
So
not by BTUs or something like that?
Well, we size it by BTUs, and then we convert that to tonnage, and then we use that tonnage to size your house.
Okay.
So, and it's relatively expensive up front, like you said, but then you get that 30% tax credit back, and it brings it back down.
Now, what's the? I'm sure that that the calculations are done about what kind of length do I need in my house before I've paid it off, you think?
I usually
paid off the difference. Let's put it that way.
You can actually save the difference relatively quickly because you can pay off a conventional system due to low cost in about a 5-year period. Usually from installation and all that. Well, as the Geo is going to pay off in about a 5-year period because you get that so much more tax saving or energy savings on your bills.
Actually, with a buddy of mine who did this, who built a house a few years ago, and he put the geothermal in, and you know what you do whenever you're sitting around the coffee shop or something like that. So what's your on April 1st or on March 1st? What's your utility bill? Oh, I just got creamed this month. He just sits there smiling and drinking his coffee.
That's right.
Because I'll say, yeah, I've got a $400 bill or something like that this month, and he's, well, yeah, mine's about 120 this month.
That's right. I hear that a lot,
and it's true.
That is a lot. That is true. Yeah, you'd be surprised how much just having that closer temperature to do your conversions. You know, because if you're doing a heat pump in a regular style from air to whatever, it's going to be 15 degrees, 20 degrees outside trying to run your heat pump and trying to bring heat in. Whereas if you're doing a geothermal, it's going to be using 65-degree air or 56-degree air.
It's not using wintertime heat.
Yeah, so it's using the ground temperature, and it's not messing with all that.
Well, that's
and then same on your cooling. You're using 90-degree air. You're using 60-some degree.
You're not converting August sunshine 90-degree. That's the efficiency. It makes a ton of sense.
That's right.
It makes a ton of sense. One other thing that I don't think we had mentioned, and then I didn't realize, generators. You guys do generators.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
We do a lot of generators.
Do you service and sell and service the models that are already set up, or
these
are
home
portable
standby, not the portables? Yeah, that's right. We don't do the portables near as much as we'll do this hookups and stuff, but most people do their own purchase of a portable. But a home standby, we'll come in and put in an automatic transfer switch, hook it right up to your power stuff, and in your house, your panel, your disconnect outside on your pole, whatever you got, and then 15-20 seconds after power goes out, you'll have power back in your house.
How many folks have that?
Oh, there are several people.
Because I was going to say I have never seen it in a house.
Oh, really? No, we probably got over 100 or so out there.
Do you? Do you really?
In the last, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, we probably put in quite a few of those. So.
I guess it's kind of dependent on the reliability to an extent.
Sure.
The reliability of whoever your provider is.
Right. Not really. I mean, a lot of people can't take no air conditioning. They'll have asthma. They'll have health issues, lung problems, that kind of thing. They have to have their air conditioning in the summer. And, summer, that's when air conditioners just kind of they hit and miss a lot.
Well, they crap out.
So they can't do without. And then you have other people who have oxygen machines and things like that. They just can't do without
health
power.
Issues.
Whether it's cool or heat, they can't. They have to have their oxygen machine. So they don't. They have to have something. Or a sump pump.
Well, now that's true too. That's
so.
Okay? I already asked how much. Well, I didn't really get a geothermal. How much does a geothermal cost?
It's usually around $7,500 a ton.
Oh, okay.
Or somewhere based on that number.
So how many tons to do a normal house?
A normal house anymore is like 2,000 square feet, so you're looking at 3 to 3.5 to 4 ton, depending on how it's made, what it's insulated with.
Okay, well, so you're looking about $30,000, which if you're knocking a couple $100 off of your utility bill per month, that'll pay you off within 5 or 10 years.
Right, absolutely.
Okay.
And those units do last about 20 years, so.
Yeah, that's outstanding. How much? Like I said, I am terrifically unfamiliar with a in-home generator like that.
Sure. Well, by the time you get a system in there, transfer switch, generator, all the connections piped in gas-wise, because they run on natural or LP, so you don't have to fill them up with gasoline or diesel or anything like that. They usually run somewhere around $7,200 installed.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
Not bad.
If you got to have it, you got to have it.
That's right.
That's exactly. I'm running out of time here. What's the what is next in home heating and cooling?
Really just making sure it all ties together. Most everybody want to be able to monitor it off Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we were talking. I had a show earlier today. We were talking about the Wi-Fi stuff.
Yeah,
and that's going to be a little bit complex, isn't it?
It can. We already can monitor generators off Wi-Fi. We can monitor your heating and cooling off Wi-Fi, and we can actually set up your electrical to where we can monitor some parts of that Wi-Fi. So,
I know that my little Honeywell device on the wall sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work.
Sure, and that all depends on the signal, right?
It really does. That's exactly right. Hey, Dan, thanks very much for your time today. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. That's Dan Thomas, folks. Thanks very much for watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey today. You go out, have an outstanding Tuesday. See you later.